Yo, what is this they got on the grill?
Is that the thing kills the cats?
Man, listen, man. There go a cat right there. His ass better get missing, man. Look like his homies on the grill, man. What the
Well, guys, I'm back one more time. You know who I am. I'm that dude from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm drummer, 1980, guys. I hope you're having a good day today. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because after all, happiness is an inside job. Did you hear me? Happiness is an inside job. And it will always be an internal affair. Well, guys, we back today again with my man, Tariq Nasheed, a.k.a. King Flex. And there is a case that's going around the internet, and I want y'all to hear this, and I want y'all to hear how sickening this is. I'm gonna call you to the screen, guys, and I will comment between clips. All right, let's go.
There's this white kid, he's 15 years old, and they went to this black kid's house and coaxed him into going to some river or lake with them. And the 15-year-old white kid, his name is John Sharan, something like that. So these white boys get the black kid over here by the lake or the river, wherever it is. They try to drown him. They try to straight up murder this kid. They get the black kid over there, and I think he's wearing a vest, a life vest, and they're trying to drag him under the water and kill him. And they're using racial slurs while they're doing this. Not only were they using racial slurs, they're up here talking about you about to be the next George Floyd. I mean, they were going straight up Aryan Nation lynching with this. This was an attempted lynching. This was a straight up and down hate crime. So the kid gets charged, as he should. They go to trial. The kid, white boy, pleads guilty. He puts in a guilty plea. And now the judge sat up here. I can't even call this a slap on the wrist. So basically, for attempted murder, this kid gets no jail time at all for trying to kill a black kid, no jail time. And also, what he has to do is write an apology letter, do some community service, like 720 hours of community service, and take like 2 or 3 online courses, probably like some sensitivity training. This ain't even a slap on the wrist. This is a green light.
Facts.
Family, y'all better understand when folks come in talking about crime stats, it's all cap. We get over-policed, they get under-policed. In a system of white supremacy, the white supremacists can get away with murder or attempted murder, literally. So your actions are not deemed as crimes. But the telling thing about this case is the judge. Now, what's up with this judge giving this non-punishment? This ain't no punishment. But what's going on with the judge? The judge just happens to be a melanated, woolly-haired Cape Verdean woman. It's an African woman. Cape Verde is part of Africa. This is an African immigrant. Cape Verdeans are African immigrants, family. They're not Latino, by the way. They're not really Latino in that sense. They're not Hispanic, even though they're mixed with Portuguese. They're just African and Portuguese. But they're African immigrants. Because I've heard a couple of the white supremacists online say, oh, this isn't racism. The judge was black. It was a black judge. See, no. This was a melanated immigrant. This was a Cape Verdean judge. Yeah, she has melanated skin and woolly hair. But you got to understand, people with that mindset to sit up there and allow this white supremacist suspect team to almost kill a black kid. No, this is a person who's team white supremacy her damn self.
Lord, are you ready for me? Stay tuned, because this is not all, guys. I have more. This is why we don't take too kindly of immigrants. This is a prime example, the quintessential example, the paragon example. This is what we holding up. And this is the problem that I have personally. Now, you know, if the shoe was on the other foot, we all know the outcome of this, right? There's no question about it. Flip the roles. With the same judge, you know what would have happened. They would have made a public spectacle out of the teens, and they would have probably gave them 50 years. But instead, this woman put a greater, or shall I say, a large target on your back. In other words, if you harm black teens, even go as far as attempted murder, you will get a slap on the wrist and just have to write an apology letter and have to do some community service. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we delineate. This is why we want to know where people is from, because the mindset is different. You come over here and you are against the people that look like you. That's why I'm not sold on pan-Africanism. Do you see why? This is why I'm not sold on it. It's a joke. It's one-sided. And these people think in their mind that they are somehow higher or they greater than you. And that's fine. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, all skin folks ain't kin folks. And I know that some of y'all just, we just need to come together as brothers and sisters. ICE. Do anybody have ICE number? That's what need to happen here. We need to start getting rid of these dark faces too. After the Latinos, dark faces next. Get rid of you too, because you are a detriment to us too. Get rid of it. I said it. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. I'm just fine. Oh, trust me, my lifestyle is not going to change one way or the other. Believe that. I'm set. Get rid of these Negroes. These black-faced Negroes that's in position and all that. Your cousins, your aunties, all of them need to go home. They better not put out any type of reward or try to incentivize, because I'm a show call on me a few. I'm going to get me a nice little tax check off some of y'all.
You see, a lot of these folks who are melanated, especially Cape Verdean, they think that they're dark-skinned Portuguese. You understand? They think that they're just dark-skinned Portuguese. Remember, Amber Rose, now she tries to backpedal now and she tries to swoop down on blackness like she's black. Amber Rose, remember, she did that interview with Hot 97. The Rosenberg guy, he asked her straight up, "Are you black?" "Oh, no, I'm not black. I'm not a black woman at all." "Oh, no, absolutely not. I am not a black woman. No, I'm not. Absolutely not." Y'all go look up that interview. You see, these folks know what they are and what they are not. And these are the people who are elevated in positions over us. See, that's why delineation is very important, ladies and gentlemen. See, this whole thing of us all one big melanated Negro globally, that sounds good in theory. We got to be real. And that's where I came in. I'm like, hey, I got to be very real. Everybody who got melanin, they're just not on code. See, the white supremacists are on code. In order to combat that, enough of us have to be on code. And the reality is the only people who are truly on code against white supremacy are foundational Black Americans. Yeah, we'll get one or two Caribbeans. We'll get one or two Africans.
Yep.
You understand? But that ain't enough. Then we got to deal with the 85% Sambo rate. They ain't on code. They're not even on code over there with each other. We just got to be real. In warfare, excuse me, you just got to be very real and realistic about warfare. That's how we got to start looking at things. Take the emotions out of it. And with the melanated immigrants, they're elevated for a reason. The white supremacists, they understand lineage. They know. They're very meticulous about that. They know what lineage is, and they know that certain people will be on code and off code based on lineage. That's why they started to elevate melanated immigrants over us. That's why I started peeping that stuff a decade ago. I really started peeping all of these people in certain positions like Barack Obama, Eric Holder, Colin Powell, and all of these people who would be in these quote unquote high ranking political positions. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are these people not doing shit for the Black community? I mean, they're going out of their way to not do anything for the Black community. And I know our people, man, even if you're a Sambo, you do something by accident, just instinctively, you do something. These folks they don't do nothing for us over here. Then I started noticing the pattern. Many of these people that's in these positions, their lineage isn't from here. They're from somewhere else. They got like some kind of immigrant background. They're not descendant of freedmen. Then I started looking closely and I started to notice some of the protests that were going on. You would have the FBAs out there on the grassroots, then all of a sudden these weirdos would just pop up out of nowhere that nobody knew and being disruptive, hopping in front of the camera. And we're like, who are these people? Where the hell are they from? And nobody would know where they're from. Then we started putting two and two together. We're like, okay, these people come from immigrant backgrounds. And it's not a coincidence that these people with these immigrant backgrounds are always placed in certain positions. And the white supremacists, they've done this meticulously. See, one, they've appointed melanated immigrants to political positions over us. And this is very strategic. That's why the Congressional Black Caucus, who don't do jack squat for us, because they are loaded with immigrants.
What Tariq saying is the gospel. It's undisputed. You can get mad, but get out of your feelings. Look at logic. Look at the underlying principle of the things that he putting forth. There is no lies detected whatsoever. You can get mad, but that still doesn't change the facts. Everything still remains the same. What he's saying is true. These immigrants come over here and they'll do anything to snuggle up against white supremacy. And that's just the truth. That's what they do because they don't have no fight in them. The fight have been beaten out of them. Now they scurrying around like roaches and rats, crying and begging and grappling. And they'll do anything to get over here. See, but you dealing with a people that's intrepid. They will stand up against Goliath, so to speak. They're not intimidated. Whatever has to be done will get done. And that's the only reason. And did you hear me? That's the only reason you was allowed to even come over here. Because people such as myself put in the work. And continue to put in the work. Everything don't have to be broadcasted. Everything don't have to be on social media. That's your problem. Everything don't need to be in the forefront. Something is cool. But whenever you move in silence, that's a different animal. By the time everybody know, it's running on all fours at that point. You understand? It's a well-greased machine at that point. See, but some of y'all like to put stuff out here. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's fine. But some things move in silence. Believe me, the benefits will be great. You will reap a harvest if you just do things in silence and don't talk so much. Okay? That's why I have heard Tariq and other brothers and sisters say, we don't discuss things such as that online. We don't do that. I tell people that in real life, don't call me on the phone with that. You heard me? Don't call me on the phone with that. Come and see me. And let's put our phones around there somewhere. And get away from these computers and these TV monitors and everything else. Get away from it. Because you know they listening to you at all times, which I'm not doing nothing illegally anyway. Because I'm on the straight and narrow anyway. But I'm just saying, everything don't need to be discussed online, guys, and around certain devices. Another thing, you notice how he said the NAACP and the Black Caucus, them people don't do anything but help other minority groups. Now, if I'm lying, somebody please stop my mouth. Anytime something happened to anybody else, they all hollering and shucking and jiving. Oh, we need to go down there. That's inhumane. But when something happened to us, it's crickets. You can hear a rat piss on cotton, as the old folks used to say. You can hear a mosquito sucking your blood through a tube. That's how quiet it is. Don't nobody say nothing. That's why we don't rope them out too. They are obsolete and antiquated. They are completely out of the equation. They don't speak for us either. The grassroots, you will know grassroots when you come across grassroots. All right? And it's not no BLM. That's a front group. That's the LGBTQI movement, okay? That's what that is. That's funded by certain people, if you understand that. But let's get back to Tariq, guys.
Most of them have immigrant backgrounds. There's something to that. That's not us being divisive. That's us being strategic to understand what the problem is and why we can't get nothing done with these, quote, black groups. See, we don't let people bastardize blackness. Blackness means anything now.
Yep.
You see, this is why we had to be very specific. We've had to put that foundational on the front of it. That's why everybody's having hissy fits, because now everybody's card is getting pulled. Now we're seeing who's who. Because see, you throw that foundational on there and all of a sudden that's like kryptonite, because you can't claim it. And when people start having an issue with it, that's a person who has a non-FBA background. You see, we got to shake that table up. But yeah, they've strategically put these non-FBA black politicians in quotations, Barack, Kamala Harris. People are questioning Ketanji Brown Jackson's background. People have been questioning her background. We don't know what's going on with her little ass. Because see, these people, they lack the deep-rooted historical and cultural ties to our foundational Black American struggle, which makes them less likely to push for policies specific to us, but they will roll the red carpet out for other damn immigrants. You understand? There's a reason why now we see the Congressional Black Caucus, all of these tether politicians, they will go out of their way to push policies for immigrants because they have more of a camaraderie with them. We just got to be very honest about that. Also, what they do, they elevate these immigrant voices, these non-FBA voices in the media. They put these people on television, Joy Reid and others, to be spokespeople for our foundational Black American issues, silencing our voices, telling the public what they think we should want when we don't want none of that talking about. Joanne Reid don't represent us. They get on TV talking about how immigration and, oh, we are all for immigration. No, we're not. We ain't for none of that. Fat ass Roland Martin, that's another one. These people are not our representatives. They come from non-FBA backgrounds, and we don't really rock with them like that. And we got to be very serious about non-FBA people representing us. I'm so cool on that shit. I don't want no non-FBA people representing us as a collective. I just don't. I want people from our lineage who has a historic camaraderie with us to speak on our issues publicly. That's where we got to be with this thing now. It's too shaky. People have these dual allegiances. Also, what they do, man, they use non-FBA law enforcement to police us too. You know, a lot of law enforcement agencies, they get these Black immigrants in these authoritative policies, and they send them out here, especially in the prison system, especially down in Texas. In Texas, they got a whole gang of Nigerian COs down there. That's not by accident. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. The truth of the matter is these people don't care about you. It's not because I said it. You might find one individual, but we don't talk about individuals. Grow up. We talking about as a collective unit moving forward. That's how we talk in general. Yes, they one or two cool here, one or two cool over there, but 90% of them are filled with hate. They have this undergird, this underlying vitriolic nature towards you simply because they're not you. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, they not like us. And that's a true statement. That's a true stand. Huh? And some people, we just need to try. We done tried and it failed. If pan-Africanism was that, what have it produced since 1920? I can answer that. A nice round figure. 0. Did you hear me? It produced a nice round figure. 0. Nothing have came from pan-Africanism. What? Marcus Garvey had to come here. Everybody have to come here. They can't get nothing started in Africa. Oh, no way in the diaspora. Nowhere. They have to come here amongst the foundation. They have to build upon the foundation. And that makes sense because where do you build at? From the foundation up. No pun intended. Just a little wordplay for you. That's all. But guys, tell me what y'all think. The Roland Martins, the Candace Owens, and some of y'all where Candace Owens say truth, the devil tell you some truth too. But his intention behind telling you the truth at a certain time will mess you up in the long run. Let me give you an example. Because some of y'all tell me, well, what is drama talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you. Thanks for asking. What I'm saying, okay, let's say I know a woman cheating on her husband. So I go to a function. He's sitting down around a crowd of people. I go up to him and say, yeah, man, hey, I heard, or either I know your wife was cheating with such and such because I saw her kissing on him. Did I tell the truth? Yes. But look at how I did it. The intention behind why I did it was nefarious, is what I'm saying. And now, this guy might blank out or flip out because a man's ego. See, you have to look at things in totality. Now his ego was bruised and hurt. He's shamed. This man might go and unalive that woman versus me telling him, pulling him off to the side, having a man-to-man conversation with him. You see? Did I tell the truth? Yes. But look at how I did it. And that's the same thing about Candace Owens. Her intention. You see what her intention is. You see it. So you can get, Jerome, where she say some good stuff. But the devil tell you some good stuff. The devil can't even bless you. But it's what comes with the blessings, is what I'm saying. It's the end game for me. I could be a lot richer, have a lot more money than what I have, but I'm not willing to play a certain game. And that's the difference between me and everybody else. A lot of people will sell out just for a few cars, some trips, a house, have a certain comma or 2 commas in their bank account, living lavish. See, some people will sell out for that. But I heard a scripture that say, what will a man give in exchange for his soul? Money, wealth, fame, status. Then I heard another scripture say, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? See, my soul is intact and I'm still gaining things, but I might not be gaining at the rate that I would lack, but I'm not lacking in no area. Did you hear what I just said? I said I'm not lacking in no area. I live decent. I'm above average, way above average. I don't have to be a millionaire to enjoy life, is what I'm saying. So therefore, I don't have to sell out. My butthole is intact. You understand? I'm not compromising my people. You understand? I'm not bringing no shame into my family. You understand? I'm not bringing no shame into the Lord. You understand? Everything is intact. And I still can go on vacations. I still have a nice little bank account. I still can drive nice. I still can live good. I still can dress nice. My family is taken care of. And I'm a black man in a hostile system. And everything is intact. I can look myself in the mirror. But guys, tell me what you think about the video, guys. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. And until next time, peace. And remember, don't be a Sambo.